Happy New Year, guys. I hope to have this video edited and posted like in the wee hours of the new year, so I hope what I'm saying is like actually true. I'm recording this at 10, you guys can't see it, 10:25, December 31st. And I don't know. I'm just gonna start this off by this time of the year is probably the hardest for me. Like, I have a hard time I say it all the time, give yourself grace, give yourself space, and I can do that in the moment. I can do that in the moment when I'm like feeling bad or having negative self-talk. I can do it in the moment. But as soon as it gets down to this part of the year where I need to like reflect and think about all the things I've done, and I see so many other people posting things that they've accomplished, things that I initially set out for myself when I was like in my last couple of years of high school, it's so hard. And then I started thinking about like everything that I didn't like get to do, and some things that kind of just won't happen now or will happen differently for me. And it gets really hard. It gets really hard. Sometimes I have to literally like get off my phone, which is kind of weird for me because I genuinely enjoy being on social media. Like, for the most part, I've never really had issues of like comparing myself to other people as far as like the way they looked or their lives until I got sick. I didn't do it before, but when I got sick, that's when it came detrimental. I used to like literally, I remember in 2022 and some parts of 2023, I would go phases where I wouldn't get on my public page at all unless I was like posting a little update on my end, and I would just go to my private account and stay on there and like talk to the close people on there, and just be on TikTok because I felt a little bit more incognito on there. But I was just talking to my therapist and my family about this like in like the last, I want to say probably the last month. And during my last therapy session, my therapist said that I should write down all the things that that made me feel good this year, and kind of just sit with them for a little bit and like celebrate those things because I have done a lot. And so I wanted to do that with you guys. I cheated a little bit and I did it in my journal before I started recording. But if you can, or if you would like to do it with me, pause this video and write down all the things that you were able to do in 2024. And they can be as small or as big as you want them to be. Like, wins for everybody look really, really different. And that's something that like I say, but I'm starting to like fully like really realize and like really accept more as I get older. So I want to read some of the things that I accomplished this year. Then we're gonna go into some of the goals I set at the end of 2023. And did I meet them? Some of them I didn't meet, and that's okay, but some of them I did, and that's really, really cool. And then we're gonna go into just some goals that I have for myself in 2025. So, the things that I accomplished in 2024. My spring 2024 semester was brutal. I was really, really sick. I also got my surgery at the end of that semester. I missed a final because I was going back and forth to the hospital. It was a lot, but I finished that semester and I didn't get any F's. I didn't fail anything. That was the most important part. I survived having a dysfunctional J-pouch. That was brutal and painful and beyond like physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. I did it and I'm still here. I had my permanent ileostomy surgery. Again, very, very brutal, very, very jarring to decide to do at so young, but I did it and I'm still here, and I talk about it and I help other people with it, even though I'm still kind of navigating it on my own. I did it, and that is amazing. And also that recovery process, which is like a whole nother monster in itself. I'm still technically recovering from that surgery, and it happened in May. I tried new meds and stayed on like new meds that I was on from the end of 2023 with my updated Crohn's disease diagnosis. I started posting on YouTube. It wasn't always the most consistent, but I think I averaged around like 3 videos a month since I started posting, which is really great for me because at first I couldn't really stay consistent with it at all. Couldn't really think of anything to do, but I did it. I read over 100 books. Literally, I've always been a reader, but getting back into my like reading mojo for real this year, last year I read around like 70, but getting 60 to 70, but really getting back into my reading mojo and like knowing that I still have it when I can have it was amazing. And it's also been another tool that I've used outside of like medications and treatment to kind of cope with having Crohn's disease and being sick. So that has been amazing. I'm actually going to do a longer YouTube video about that probably in January because I have more videos lined up for you guys. And I finished another draft of my second poetry book, and I did my first book proposal this year, which was so amazing. I went to my first HBCU homecoming. I've always wanted to go to one. My close childhood friends both go to HBCUs, and in the past I have been so sick and not able to go to the homecomings, but I was able to do that this year, and that was super fun. I spent more time like talking and hanging out with my friends more this year in general. Like even one of my long distance close friends, we were able to meet up twice this year, which is so cool. And I wasn't, for the first half of this year, I really wasn't like well. I was actively flaring and still having like hospital trips. So just getting better at navigating that and knowing my body enough to know when I can travel and do things has been a really big accomplishment as well. I got out of the house more. I got invited to 2 shows where I didn't have to pay, which was really cool. One of them have a longer vlog up on my YouTube page, but the other one is a mini vlog on my my TikTok, because that was before I started posting my vlogs on YouTube. I turned 21. I did prom makeup for the first time. I saw Chappell Roan twice. I saw Billie Eilish, Sam Hunt, Upsaw, The Beaches twice, and Billie Eilish. I gave 2 poetry readings after like nearly 2 years of not doing any like theater work, poetry presentations, anything. I gave 2. And I did my first Take Steps event with the Crohn and Colitis Foundation, which was really fun because again, that was one of those things that I was just always kind of too sick to really go out and do and like be out of the house for that long period of time. But I did it this year, and I did it with my family. I became the social media chair for the National Council of College Leaders with the Crohn and Colitis Foundation, and that has been really cool because I think I'm in positions now where I'm showing different sides of my social media like skills, and that has been amazing. I opened up more, like really opened up, and not and instead of shutting down, and it wasn't like this faux vulnerability. It wasn't like a, what am I trying to say? It wasn't a false sense of vulnerability or just like being fakey. I was like actually like, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm actually like, this is not a good day. Like just really being honest like with the people that I trusted about that kind of stuff. I'm also gonna try not to edit this video, so if you guys see me like stumbling over my words, just know that it's like because I'm not editing it. What else? I got another scholarship to the James River Writers Conference. Really dope. I love going to that. I was only able to go to one day this year because I saw Billy, but I really wish I could have went to both days of that. Record Store Day and Record Store Day Black Friday. For both, I got to my record store super duper early and pretty much scored everything I wanted except for the first Chappell Roan single that was in Record Store Day. I didn't get it, but I did get a repress of it. So it was the Pink Pony Club one with Naked in Manhattan on the B-side. I put this another time because my first show when I saw Chappell, it was a Libby Rodrigo's show. But the second show, I was barricade front center at a travel show. VIP. Like about the VIP package. You can't see it, but her poster is like up on my wall and it's signed up there. I got some of my first paid brand deals and brand deals in general this year. The fall 2024 semester, I got all A's and 1 B minus. I'll take it. I went to Atlanta for the first time by myself, which was super duper cool. And then I went to Atlanta for the Equity and GI event where I had my own session on how I use my poetry to cope with IBD. Amazing. And it was a expenses paid trip. I didn't have to pay for anything conference related going there. I had another professional photography session, and I'm still kind of releasing pictures from that, honestly. More pictures you'll see more pictures from that in 2025, but right now most of my ostomy related pictures, like on World IBD Day and World Ostomy Day, were from that session, and they are so beautiful pictures. They're such beautiful pictures. I felt just like really, really pretty. What else? Oh, I wrote this again too in all caps. Like, you got it probably spelled wrong. I don't know if you guys can really see that. But I literally got my butthole. What am I saying? I literally got my butthole sewn up. Like, that is bizarre. Even when I think about it, like I'm laying in bed, sometimes I'm just like, wow, I no longer have a butthole. Like, that's still kind of jarring, but I did it. I got picked to be the IBD patient reporter at the Crohn's Colitis Congress in San Francisco next year. I'm super excited about that. I connected with more Spoonies, just in person and online. A lot of another like internet like friendship that I had. I got to meet them in person this year, which is really, really cool. And I just enforced better boundaries this year. I'm really like happy with that. I was able to, I think, focus on so much more because I wasn't like caught up in emotional turmoil like all the time, which just shows growth on my part, and I'm super happy about that, and I'm super proud of you for everything that you were able to do this year. Yeah, because it's technically still 2024, so this year, and you're gonna do so much more amazing things next year, and we're gonna do it together. We're gonna be on this wild journey together. Now I want to pull up my phone because I actually had this in my notes app. I do this in my notes app every year so I can like check off the things as I do them. But in 2024, where is it? 2024 Aspirations is what I called it. My full list was to eliminate relationships that are no longer serving me, read more classics and more books I've bought at home, continue connecting with friends, go to more concerts, finish 4 scripts, publish my 2nd book, publish in magazines, make money on social media, and start scrapbooking. Now, out of those things, my tip to these things too is to not make long lists. To me, that is overwhelming. I kind of summarize things or like condense things that can be condensed. I do this list, but then I also post like a longer PowerPoint video on my TikTok, which I may be able to find a link if I have my new one up, but if not, I'll just post the link to my new one in my next video. But I was able to eliminate relationships. I didn't read more classics or more books I read at home because I just kept buying stuff, and then I bought Kindle Unlimited, so I just kept reading new stuff. But if this little edition right here is new, I have a vinyl box sitting up right here, but this little edition right here is new because I am going to read more books that I have at home this year. So with me being able to like see them and like easily grab them, I hope that this encourages me more. Go to more concerts. I did. I had to take like from June to like, actually I only took like 2 months off of concerts because I went to my last concert at the end of May a couple days before, like a week before my surgery, and then I went back to shows at the end of September, and that was just because of recovering from surgery. So what else? I finished 4 scripts. So I didn't finish 4 like complete scripts, but I still gave myself that because I had a playwriting class this year and I did every assignment. So that is a lot of progress for me from not being able to like really flesh out anything and just have like incomplete ideas from actually like finishing projects that my teacher assigned. So give myself a pat on the back for that. Didn't publish my second book, but I am doing things towards that, so I didn't give myself that one. Didn't publish in any magazines, but I did submit to some this year. I made money on social media because I got some of my first paid brand deals. They weren't that big, they were fairly small, but I'm still excited about that. And start scrapbooking, no, I didn't do that yet, but I have the journal, and now I have a picture printer because my mom got me one for Christmas, so I'll be able to like put all of that stuff in. I don't know if mine is going to be more of like a scrapbook traditional or more like a junk journal that I've been seeing more of, but I'll of course update you guys on that. And now we're going to be moving into my goals for 2025, and I just carried along some of the things that I didn't get to in 2024, so you'll hear some repeats from the section before this. Get an agent or publish my book, and publish my book. We can do both things. I want to go to more sports events because I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I really like those WAG narrated videos on TikTok, and I want to do some of those on my own just for pure entertainment. More concerts, more traveling. I want to monetize my YouTube, so I want to do that. More paid brand collabs, bigger brand collabs. I want to successfully launch my book club and cultivate a community on there because I do love talking about like, well, technically it's a media club, so I love talking about like media and like some pop culture things, and I just want like a space for people that like to do those things too. For spoonies that like to do those things. More self-confidence. Yes. More time with the people that I love. I want to finish a first draft on this other writing project that I'm working on. Can't talk too much about that right now. And again, reading more classics and more books I have at home. Publish my poetry in magazines and actually start scrapbooking now that I have everything that I need to do that. And I may eventually add to this list more as I'm making my PowerPoint for TikTok, but those were the really important things to me that stood out as I was sitting down to make this video. If you got to the end of this video, again, I encourage you to do all these things yourself because this was really for me more than anything, but I wanted to share it in case there was other people that were in similar situations that I am in right now. Make sure you're being kind to yourself, drinking water, listening to your body. You're doing the best that you can do right now. You're going to continue doing that. And your best may not look like everybody else's best, but that's okay. I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. Bye-bye.